Olo.
Hey, what's the haps up in this hizzy, my homies?
You need to stop.
Leave me, leave me alone. Let me have this. Welcome, everyone, back to DDiscussioMs or Discussions with DDM. But it'd be better if you knew how to say the name. If you don't know how to say it for some reason, here's the pronunciation: DDiscussioMs. So if you see this up top, that's what it is. So it's like discussions, but with my acronym
With
in
your
there.
name in it, kind
Yeah,
of.
basically.
And as always, if you still don't know how to pronounce that, well, maybe your turkey didn't have the right stuffing in it this morning.
Or stuff you like a turkey. No, that's bad. I don't want to do that. That's bad. That was an awkward joke. That was really bad. More I think about it.
I had to be careful with what I said on that joke, to be honest.
And then I said something awful.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Thanksgiving, y'all. A time of leisure and family and turkey. All kinds of good food. Well, not turkey for everybody. I had ham, but that's just as good.
I had seafood, so
that's even sicker. That's awesome. I wish I had seafood instead. But yes. So yours went well, Mr. Donovan.
yeah, it went pretty well.
Good. Yeah, mine was all right as well. I don't know. I felt like doing an episode soon, but this was the only day I think that I had free time to make one. So I don't really know what a Thanksgiving video would be like. I think we're just going to talk about whatever, pretty much.
Yeah.
I was thinking about what kind of Thanksgiving movies we had.
Yeah.
But there's not. I mean, there's a lot that Google says is a Thanksgiving movie, which I do want to look at real quick. I wouldn't consider these. It's like they're Thanksgiving movies that just because Thanksgiving is a element of that film.
I guess because since Thanksgiving isn't really considered, well, I wouldn't say considered a holiday, but it's not as, it doesn't feel as important in comparison to how people always love Halloween and Christmas. It's just sandwiched in between the two.
Yeah, it's kind of the middle child of holidays. Some of these I've never heard of. This movie makes sense. The Thanksgiving horror movie.
Yeah,
I haven't actually seen this movie. Have you?
I've heard of it, but it didn't really pique my interest that much because I thought it would kind of be lame.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a horror movie person anyway, so probably not my thing. Of course, you can't forget this. This isn't even a movie, but Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. That's just a classic.
If you've never seen the Charlie Brown's holiday stuff, like the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown or the Thanksgiving special, and I'd give it a recommended watch. Seriously,
Yeah, absolutely.
Just some wholesome fun for everyone to enjoy.
Yeah. Paul Blart Mall Cop is a Thanksgiving movie.
That is definitely a poster.
That is a poster. It was indeed photoshopped. It has Kevin James on it.
If you couldn't tell it was photoshopped, look no further than the white halo outline around Kevin James.
Yes. What do you call that? In Photoshop, it's called a
silhouette.
Kind of. It's like a glow, like an outer glow. Not the drop shadow, but something. It's the glow, which I could never get to work on Photoshop. But
that is, I can't stop staring at his face.
We gotta open this image in a new tab and look at this. Hang on. we gotta get really close.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the thumbnail of today's episode right here.
Yes.
This Kevin James' face.
Mm-hmm. This compilation video, you're just gonna see his face. But anyway, that's our wonderful mall cop. Prisoners. Prisoners is a Thanksgiving movie. Okay. Have you seen Prisoners? That's a really good movie.
Isn't Prisoners the one where Hugh Jackman's daughter was missing?
Yeah. Where's my daughter?
I love this movie, and the
Yeah.
twist in the movie was actually a really good twist for once in most films.
Yes. Yeah, and Jake Gyllenhaal's in it, so
Yep.
absolutely. What is this?
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
I've heard of this film. I think Dead Meat made a kill count on it. God, it's so terrible. It's bad. I've seen the trailer. It's awful.
The budget was $3,500.
It looks more like it was a budget of $35.
Oof. Some of these movies I don't know. Okay, Fantastic Mr. Fox. That's a good movie.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Hey, the Blind Side's also a good movie.
Yeah. Whoa. Yes. The Blind Side is good. From what I've
Four
heard.
Brothers. Though Four Brothers feels more like a Christmas film to me.
What is this about?
So basically, it's these four orphan boys and their pseudo mother who raised them. Pretty much got she got in a gas station. She basically got unalived in a gas station, and it was up to the four brothers to try and figure out who did it.
Okay.
It's a pretty decent. It's a solid movie. It's not the best, but it's also not bad either. It's if you want to watch it, I would say watch it.
Yeah. Okay. It's on Amazon Prime. Cool. I'll give it a check out. Adam's Family Values. I have not seen this, so I don't care about.
I thought Adam's Family Values. I thought that was a Halloween film, honestly.
You would think, yeah. I guess it. I don't know. I would have said it was a Halloween as well, but
also hats off to the great Wednesday Addams. Shots fired.
Shots fired. But yes, those are movies that you can watch this Thanksgiving, or you could just skip to Christmas, which I did.
There was also a movie on there. I'm glad we did not mention. It was Jack and Jill, the Adam Sandler film.
Was that with this? Like he plays?
It was up there. It was where he plays both of them.
Ew, that's gross. You know, it is a Christmas movie with Adam Sandler that I want to watch. Is 8 Crazy Nights.
Yes, I figured you was gonna say that when you said Christmas movie with Adam Sandler.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the only one with Adam Sandler that I know of.
Probably is.
But, we got some comments. We had this. Hey, Movie Blaze. And Underpig. Free Birds. Yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, Free Birds. I forgot about that one. Excuse me.
Mall Cop looks like Walter White mixed with Peter Griffin. Well, that's literally Kevin James in a nutshell. He just needs the glasses.
My name is Walter Hartwell White. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. How's your day been, and how the hell bar cup a Thanksgiving movie? I don't know. Our days have been good.
Yeah.
How's your day been? Comment down below. All of you, all three of you.
Yeah.
There was a video actually talking about. It's from High Top Films, and it's titled "Spider-Man is a Perfect Thanksgiving Movie," and he's talking about the Tobey Maguire
one.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they have Thanksgiving, but
they have it, but just because they have it doesn't mean it's a Thanksgiving film.
Yeah, basically in the video, just generally what I remember is that he talks about how perfect the scene is, which I agree, it's a good scene because there's a lot going on and it's executed well. But
dare I say, is in one marvelous scene.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, he does talk about how good that scene is, but like it's not I guess it's just the clickbait kind of. Noise day. Noise day. That's good. My day has been really good. Thanks for asking. No problem. No problem.
No problems.
Well, what are you thankful for? I hate this. I hate this question, but like, I guess we'll just.
I mean, it's not a bad question.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, the obvious answer just be thankful to be alive. Like,
Yeah.
Thankful to be alive. Have some cool friends like you and everyone else in the comments or just in general. That's basically it. Like, I can't really say much.
Yeah.
Can't really think of anything else.
Yeah. I'd probably say the same thing.
I'm thankful for being thankful.
I am thankful that we have everything else before GTA 6. We have Madam Web. We have Venom 3. We have Kraven the Hunter getting his own movie.
Heck, we have GTA 6 being leaked out to the public before its official release.
No, that's
I mean, it got leaked. I think the alpha or beta build. And the guy who did it promptly got arrested, I think. Either that or you got put into an institution because it wasn't really mentally sound. Being an old lady with a stick to get these cranberries.
Yes. Absolutely.
We got creepy Ender Pig committing assault charges before GTA 6.
Don't do it. I'm not gonna hang on just a second. I was thankful for him until that happened, but yeah. Anyway, in the spirit of Thanksgiving, I want to say that I'm grateful for you and Donovan for not only being my friends, but also being part of Movies and Beyond. Absolutely. It's so fun.
Yeah.
So fun being on that podcast and just doing stuff with you guys. We'll get season 4 of Movies and Beyond before GTS. Oh, come on!
Yes, we will. Yes, we probably will.
What is the confirmed date for GTA 6? They have a trailer for GTA
I believe
6.
I think, when did 2025 or 2026?
Because
I know they pushed it.
GTA 6 release date. Autumn 2025. Okay.
Yeah. So it's going to be a while before we even get that game.
Your Honor, the old lady had like...
Needless to say, Will has not beaten the allegations.
He beat the old lady with a stick.
He beat the old lady, but not the allegations.
Not the allegations. Yeah. One of those bike messengers pushed him down. Yes. Well, that's Thanksgiving. Thanks for watching, everyone. Yeah, you have a good night.
Yeah.
No. So, okay. I guess we can carry on with the conversation we had earlier. We were talking about, so if you guys remember our Comic-Con panel live stream, which I wish were real, we did an X-Men universe. Me and Donovan collabed on an X-Men universe of film and television, the XUFTV. XUFTV. Yeah, that's fine. Spunk. At least it's not spunk. But we have a cast, maybe some unpopular opinions like Anthony Starr's Wolverine. But we had Ian Somerhalder as Gambit, but we found out that he was retired.
Also 45 years old.
Yeah, true. So we were talking about who should be Gambit, and we've looked for a while, and people have been saying Austin Butler, and I have to agree, it could work. But we did have him as Angel, so we were also looking for someone to replace him as Angel as well, and Quicksilver.
We
had
did.
a lot of.
I believe we did settle on Dockery Montgomery. I think that's how you pronounce his name for Angel.
Yeah. Let me. I'm gonna look that up again just to make sure I. Oh yeah. The guy from Stranger Things.
Yeah, and we also another guy from Stranger Things. We got Eddie Munson as Quicksilver, Joseph Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
So we changed that around.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to recast some people.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I'm
guys.
thinking about recasting Scarlet Witch because we have her as Emma Watson. I don't mind it, but I don't know if that would kind of fit.
That was an impulsive decision by me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, most of the casts we got for like phase 1 and possibly 2, I'm kind of set with. I'm fine with it.
Right.
It's just Emma Watson and possibly some others.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I do want to change Havoc.
Oh, yeah. Who did we cast
it.
as Havoc?
Henry Danger, Chase Norman.
Oh, okay.
I thought about it, and I don't know if that would fit right. Especially considering the fact that Havoc, even though he's the younger brother, how old? I don't think Chase Norman is that old. Chase Norman was born on March 21st, 2000. So he's 24. I mean, he could work. Maybe,
yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, Jay. I typed in Chase Norman. Crap. All right. Yeah. But who are you thinking about recasting? Who do you think should? So we did have in the previous movies there was the guy who played MacGyver.
Who's MacGyver again?
MacGyver's that guy who can fix any problem by whatever.
No, I know the character. I was saying who's the actor.
Sorry. The actor is Lucas Till. He looks like.
Oh.
You remember what he looks like?
I know who Lucas Till is.
Okay.
Maybe not
someone that looks like him, but a blonde guy could work.
You know what? Since you guys are in the comments, who do you think would play a good Havoc?
While
we look ourselves.
Mm-hmm. I'll share my screen so you guys can get on the action.
Yeah.
Like a police
I posted a new video earlier today that explains what's going to happen with next year regarding movies and beyond. Okay.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Kind of disappointed with the name change of James Gunn's Superman. The previous title was better. What did he change it to?
Is it just James Gunn's Superman, or is it? Hang on.
I hope it's not James Gunn's Superman. That's just a bit generic.
Yeah. It just labels it as Superman. I don't know why. It's just Superman 2025.
Does Superman got nicknames like Spider-Man does?
Like
other than
Man of Steel is taken.
They could do the Man of Tomorrow.
Man of Tomorrow. That could work. Let me look that up. Superman nicknames. Where am I going? Okay, nicknames. Okay, let me share this tab. Okay, we got Clark Kent. That's a nickname. Clark Kent, Superman, Kal-El. What the heck? Google sucks sometimes. Alias Soups, but that's former friend. Okay.
Wow. I bet Batman was the one that typed that in there.
Yeah. What a jerk. The Last Son of Krypton.
That could have been a better name too.
Yeah. It's a nickname for Superman. The Man of Steel is taken. Big Blue, the Big Blue Boy Scout. That'd be kind of disrespectful. There's Batman called Superman. Kal-El, stupid. That's Shaq. Why is okay? What does Superman call himself? What does he call himself?
wearing a Superman mask. He doesn't wear a mask. That's hard because, like, yeah, Spider-Man has a lot of nicknames. Batman nicknames. I don't know if that's a thing.
Well, the Cape Crusader, of course.
Would that be good? Is that already the name for the new Bat? No, that's Brave and Bold. Brave and Bold. Cape Crusader would be a cool name for a Batman movie.
I wish that's kind of what they gave the Robert Pattinson one, but I see why they didn't.
Yeah. There's got to be somewhere to look for Superman nicknames. Best nickname. Favorite Superman. How many? I hope we don't get a ad on Quora. Okay. Man of Steel, Last Son of Krypton, Kal-El, Clark Kent, Man of Tomorrow, Big Blue, and the Kryptonian. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We could call it Smallville.
Like the show.
I'm gonna shut up because that was a terrible joke.
No. I don't get I'm sorry.
Because I got it from the show. It's just the
okay.
Superman show Small. We call the movie Superman Smallville. That's why that was.
That's fine. Sorry, I missed it.
If there was a continuation of the show, I'd call it that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I will say Superman Legacy was a suspicious name for a Superman movie. It's like he wasn't going to come back or something.
Superman Legacy just kind of sounds like a name you'd give off to a Superman film if there was going to be more than one Superman.
Well, they are making a Supergirl movie.
Yeah, but what I mean is like kind of like No Way Home situation.
Right.
So maybe you have the Smallville actor, maybe some weird CGI cameo or a reference to Chris Reeves.
Yeah.
You can have the Superman from the CW. Knowing good and well DC, they'll never get Henry Cavill, so I'm not even going to mention him.
That's so
fortunately, because he'd be the only one I would see that rocks the black and white suit.
Mm-hmm.
He would be I'm going to say right now, he's the only Superman, at least so far in media, that looks good in the black suit.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. The new Amazon Prime show is called Batman Cape Crusader. That's true. And I have heard not great things about that show.
Is that the 1930s looking one?
Yeah, that's the one.
Soups.
Soups is a good one. That's a good nickname. Disrespect the Sigma. Okay. You know what I was thinking about? What I've noticed is that Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck look the parts of the characters. Ben Affleck's debatable, but Henry Cavill definitely looks like Superman. But the movie they gave him wasn't really well written, and it was just kind of not great. And I know you love Man of Steel, and that's fine. But a lot of people say that Man of Steel isn't good. It's kind of the same with Amazing Spider-Man, like with Andrew Garfield. He looks like Spider-Man. He'd be the perfect Spider-Man if they didn't mess him up. And it's kind of like a thing like Tobey Maguire and Christian Bale were like the early 2000s Spider-Man and Batman, and then you get
they looked nothing like what their character would look like.
Right. And then you get Andrew Garfield and Ben Affleck with their characters, and then you have Tom Holland and Robert Pattinson, who are arguably the best ones because like everyone loves them and they are accurate depictions of the characters, which I think is kind of neat.
Yeah. I feel like just like with the suits, like the comic accurate suits, comic accuracy came a long way with the actors as well.
Yeah.
Because to go back with the Batman situation, Adam West, Michael Keaton, Christian Bale, they were good Batman, but they didn't feel accurate at all.
Mm-hmm.
None of them did. They felt like they had their own unique spin, which is not bad, but they felt kind of not really that accuracy. In a way, Pattinson doesn't feel that way either. But then again, I feel like it might be a little bit tough to make a comic accurate Batman. Whereas
Right.
Ben Affleck was the closest we got, because I would say he's the closest to more of like Dark Knight Returns, both in
True.
his look, how he acted somewhat, and how his story was in the film, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
But I
True.
do agree with what you meant. Like as the actors went on, so too did their accuracies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was neat. Especially if you get like a Marvel and DC crossover and you had those people as we never get that though. But like
It'll never happen.
No.
I don't even think it's because of Marvel and DC. I think it's because of Warner Bros. And Disney. I don't think they'll ever let it happen.
Right. So does Disney own like all of Marvel now, or are they just like?
I assume they always just own the movie rights. I don't think they own the company.
Right.
Because if that's the case, then wouldn't the comic books that they still do print, wouldn't the comics have to go directly through Disney first?
Yeah, right.
And so would other properties like the video games, TV shows, toys. I feel like that would all have to go through Disney to be approved first. Same with DC. If DC was owned by all of Warner Bros., then all of their stuff, not just films, would have to get processed.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how it goes, so that's what I just assume.
That's one thing that sucks. If someone wants to make something interesting with a Marvel character, they'd have to go like Silver Surfer. I don't know if we can ever go back to I'd love a Silver Surfer movie. That's not an MCU thing. I thought about it for a while. That was an idea I had, which we talked about on the podcast. But
yeah,
Disney would never do that. It would have to be connected.
You know my feelings on Wolverine's son Dak, and I would feel the same way.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like for different reasons, there's no way they greenlight him.
Right.
Like, I actually thought about it the other day too. Like 5 reasons why I'd love to see him, 5 reasons why I wouldn't. But the biggest reason was because they what's the point if they already have Laura? Like, I believe Laura came first. I'm not sure. I think she came first in the comics, then Dakin did.
I think so.
So it's like, well, what's the point of having another child of Wolverine if you got this one right here, who is also arguably probably more popular than he is?
Right.
Also, they might make him a one-off villain, which would suck.
Yes.
Because I think you can do more with him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying like make him the next Wolverine like how they're doing with like Anthony Mackie or whatever, but you could do something else and just make him be like, oh well, he's a guy with daddy issues, so I guess we can just end him and get rid of him and move on. You can do more with that.
Yeah.
But knowing with modern Marvel, they probably would show disrespect to that.
Yes.
And I hope during the mutant saga of the MCU, they don't add him.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know who all they could add because the world of the X-Men is so big and full of possibilities that they just wouldn't do a good job. And like, I like the X-Men movies from the Fox X-Men movies, but like there was like wasted potential with stuff.
Yeah.
But
like all the characters that they had were like in the Fox X-Men, you'd just be pretty much rehashing them.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I mean, it'd be cool to see a different spin, but I mean, we've already seen these people before several times. Like, what can an MCU X-Men bring to the table that the Fox one didn't do, you know?
Mm-hmm. Right. That's hard to beat. That is hard to beat. I heard the Rise for Spider-Man is going back to Marvel.
Praise Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Like, because Sony is just
Yeah, but like they're both stupid. That's my thing. Like Sony's stupid, but Disney's woke, and arguably so is Sony to an extent, but Disney's just they've earned the woke title. That's theirs.
But the thing is, and I'll give Disney their flowers on this one. They actually know how to direct a Spider-Man film, whereas Sony still trying to figure it out. And I don't think they'll ever figure it out. Say what you want about Homecoming, No Way Home, or Far From Home. At least those movies not only sold tickets, they actually were drawing powers, and they actually had like a cohesive story. Give me one thing about like the Sony films that you can think about that doesn't start with the name Venom, or even Venom himself. Like, try
something that doesn't start. Yeah,
because Madam Web was not good. Morbius was not good. Kraven the Hunter probably won't be good, even if it is a hard R-rated movie.
Yeah.
Venom 3, if that's the ending of the Venom trilogy, that apparently from reviews was a lackluster excuse.
Yeah.
So like,
it's bad.
What can they do?
Yeah. Yeah. No Morbius 2. I know, man. I'm so sad. I'm just heartbroken.
We're all sad.
We're all mourning. We're all mourning. Sorry.
We're all mourning.
We're all mourning. Yeah, that does suck. That sucks. Maybe there's something in the world right now. Something in like the comic books movie world that someone has said. I don't know. I'm just thinking about current events. If there's something interesting that we can put our perspective on. Oh, okay. Did you hear that they might bring back Jonathan Majors? Yeah.
Yeah, because I heard the allegation was false.
Mm-hmm. But then you already got Robert Downey Jr. back.
You already doing the Dr. Doom. It's too late to go back.
Yeah.
Like what?
And they've talked about incorporating him into it. It's like, how are you going to do that?
How? Other than killing Kang off, how are you going to do it?
Yeah.
What's Kang going to do? Oh, you want him to be in the movie? Well, maybe I orchestrated Dr. Doom to do this for me. Like, no. It's not how that's going to work. Dr. Doom ain't like that.
Right. There was like a thing that was leaked about Dr. Doom killing all the Council of Kings. Even then, it's just like, you what? You killed all the how? The heck did you kill all the kings? But that's just like a rumor or a leaked thing. I don't know if that's real.
Whatever they do, it's far too late to bring back Kang because they kind of butchered Kang with the setup in Quantumania, kind of making him weak.
Oh, they bad, yeah.
They made him really weak. Council of Kang didn't really do much other than have a cameo. I don't know much about Loki, so I can't really speak on that one. But even if Dr. Doom did something to Kang, it's like, whether he did it or not, what really can you do with this character anymore? Because he's not built up like the next big bad of the MCU. He's just built like a jobber, pretty much. Like,
yeah. And the thing with Dr. Doom isn't, this is just from me, I don't know that much about Dr. Doom, but isn't the only powerful, like, multiversal deity of Dr. Doom, like, where he has all the white, like the white cloak and everything?
God Emperor Doom?
Yeah. Is that the only Doom that is actually, universally powerful, like, could, like, take on a Galactus of some sort or something?
I don't actually know. I know it's one of Doom's most strongest variants, but I don't know if that's actually like the end all be all version. It might be.
Yeah. And that's one thing too. It's like you can't skip to that Doom. You could, but it would be bad. And like, if I don't know what they're doing with this Doctor Doom. Is it a multiversal Doom? Probably because it's Robert Downey Jr. But then that's just messing it up because then you wouldn't have normal Doom, which we want to see, and is connected to Reed Richards, which they won't do. They won't have Reed Richards or Doctor Doom really be connected personally to each other. It'll be like, they said it would be like Iron Man and Thanos where they knew about each other, but that was it. Like, it's not like because Doctor Doom hates Reed Richards, which is in the comics, right? So you get that's a big part of his character, and that's just
every iteration of Doom and Reed Richards, even if it was animated, comic, or live action with the other Fantastic Four films, they had a somewhat relationship together. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like Charles and Magneto. You have an X-Men film, but they never interact with one another. They're just like, it's like, oh, I know who you are. You're the bad guy. That's it.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
No. That's really bad. Yeah. It's just gonna be so. It's gonna be awful. Nothing's gonna make sense. It's just gonna be rushed. Everything about this is rushed, even with in the inclusion of all the other superheroes, because you need a big team up. But
I don't even think the team up's going to save this film.
Absolutely not.
The team up, RDJ, the Russos, nothing, in my opinion, saving this.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still going to watch it just for the unbelievable train wreck this movie becomes.
Mm-hmm. So who do we have? Well, who do we have now? We have all the Young Avengers. We got like America Chavez. We got
Kate Bishop.
Who
Miss
beat
Marvel.
up. Yeah, Kate Bishop, who beat up Kingpin all by herself and saved the day.
Meanwhile, Kingpin was taking shots from Bullseye and Daredevil, but gets beat up by a rookie archer.
Mm-hmm.
I know they can't. I feel like the reason why they didn't show is because, of course, female on man can't really hit a woman. I get that,
right?
But you could still beat her through some means, like.
Mm-hmm.
If you can single-handedly like hold your own against like let's say the end of season 3 in Daredevil, you pretty much pulled a Bane and broke Bullseye's back. Pretty much,
yeah.
You did that. You held your own against Daredevil, even though you lost to him twice.
Mm-hmm.
It's like what the heck?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, if it was Hawkeye, like Clint Barton versus Kingpin, or the both of them, that's different. But
yes,
Kate Bishop, no,
absolutely not.
it doesn't make it believable in the slightest, even for a comic film.
Yeah.
I mean, a show.
Kingpin killed Spider-Man, but got beat by her.
Yes,
yeah.
Kingpin did a lot of good stuff, even in the comics, but get outclassed by Kate Bishop of all people.
Yeah.
But anyways, Young Avengers, America Chavez, Kate Bishop, Miss Marvel, if you want to count her.
Sure. We have all the Marvels. We get Brie Larson's debatable. I don't know if she's coming back or not, but she's like the least of our problems now. We have
Sam Wilson, kind of.
Yes, which I wish he stayed as Falcon because we love him as Falcon. But anyway.
We still have Doctor Strange, which no,
he's such an idiot now. I hate him now. We have, and he's got a third eye in his head for some reason, which is never explained.
The all-seeing eye.
Yes,
he's now a Triclops like Tien from Dragon Ball.
We got Clea, which is Doctor Strange's girlfriend in the comics, who Charlize Theron plays at the end. I'll join in 20 minutes, boys.
Okay.
Let's go. Cool.
Nice.
Thank you. We have, let's go through all the movies first. We got Wanda, who died in Multiverse of Madness. She's not dead. We have a Vision Quest show, which is like, is it canceled? Is it not? We don't know. So Vision, we don't know if he's coming back. Wickham is going to show up.
Oh, Wiccan.
Wiccan, not Wickham. Sorry, Wiccan. Wickham's the guy from Pride and Prejudice. We got yeah. I don't know.
I don't care for the the sexuality for it. I just don't like the Wiccan. I don't like it.
It's just a stupid character. I don't know. Yeah.
And then also bro had the nerve to be mad where it's like, yeah, I knew he was Wiccan, but I couldn't say it. Like, okay.
Okay. We have Falcon and Bucky. We have cool, but we have is Loki coming back? I don't know. Because at the end of season 2, he's in the tree. The whatever that is, he's holding on to stuff at the end.
I like to call it Yggdrasil, like the world tree from Norse mythology.
Okay, yeah.
Because that's what it reminds me of.
Does that hold the 9 realms, or is that like just a okay?
Yeah.
I think the What If show is going to be incorporated somehow. Probably. We've already had Captain Carter show up, and we have Yelena. I forgot about her. Red Guardian.
Do the Thunderbolts technically count?
Yeah, they they count.
All
unless they don't all die. John Walker's probably going to die because people hate him, but he didn't do anything wrong.
I don't see why he did nothing wrong.
Justice for John Walker, guys. Hashtag justice for John Walker in the comments. We have so we have all the Thunderbolts. We got Shang-Chi.
Don't we? We got Thor, don't we?
Yeah, we still have Thor and Hulk. We
got Thor.
Yeah, you're right. We just have Thor.
Now, I do got a question for this one.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Do Deadpool and Wolverine count?
They probably will. I'm thinking they will.
I don't. Maybe a Secret Wars. I don't know if they'll count
Maybe.
Doomsday.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Unless that's multiversal as well. If so, then frick. Spider-Man and Daredevil, and probably Punisher because he's going to show up in Born Again. Daredevil Born Again. We have Hawkeye. We got Kate Bishop. Maybe Clint Barton. I have no idea. He might be done. We have the Eternals, which I forgot about. We mentioned Spider-Man already. Moon Knight might show up. Doctor Strange, Wong.
You know who we don't got that should show up?
Who?
Blade.
Yeah. There's only one Blade.
He'll never show up.
There's ever going to be only one Blade.
Looking like it is, too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Marvel was trying to tell us something.
Deadpool was trying to tell us so bad.
I feel like he was looking at it like, well, there might be another Blade. But that's what it looked like to me. We also have, let's see, we get into Doctor Strange, Wong, America Chavez. We have
what about the Fantastic Four?
Oh yeah, we do have the Fantastic Four coming up. Thor, probably Mighty Thor. Jane Foster might come back.
The New Guardians.
New Guardian. Are they going to come back? I thought that was the last appearance of the Guardians. Are they coming back? I'm going to check.
I know Peter Quill is done, I think.
Probably. Maybe they.
I haven't seen Guardians 3, so I don't really know. But I heard something about Peter Quill might be done.
Yeah, well, he's on Earth now, so he might be available.
Yeah, but chances are no one's going to remember him unless it's Doctor Strange.
It's going to be very inconvenient then when he doesn't show up in Doomsday or Secret Wars. Same with Hawkeye. Who else we got? We got Thor and his team of people.
We have Shuri.
Oh yeah.
Shuri.
Oops. You got Namor. We have
we got Namor, but is he really gonna show up?
I don't know. They're gonna waste him. They wasted him too. Probably. We have She-Hulk,
No,
who might not show up anymore. We don't know if she's fired
there's
or not.
not.
I don't know. There was another
Wait, why would
show
she be fired?
because she sucks and the show is bad and she's not a great person.
Mm.
There's another show. Hang on. There was Moon Knight. Okay, Miss Marvel. We already said Miss Marvel. We got the Ant-Man squad. We have Guardians. We got the Marvels. Nick Fury's probably still around. We've got Echo might show up. I don't know. But that's all the people we have right now. And they're all so late. Well, the one that is like fine with me is probably Spider-Man, Deadpool, and Daredevil, and Wolverine.
Yeah.
But everyone else just like.
So it seems to me that we have we don't have an all-star roster. We don't have the all-star lineup.
No.
We have the lineup that was like taken after the draft was over, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know, like how in TV show or movies they'll have like the kids at like the black top, and they're playing basketball, and there's that one kid that's chosen last. We have everyone else that was chosen last. We have the all-star lineup, the D1 crash outs in the beginning. Now we have the last kid picked in the basketball team.
Somehow they're all the last kid equally.
Even the veterans like Doctor Strange and Spider-Man now.
Yeah. Especially after how we feel about No Way Home, but that's something for another day. But
what just happened?
You froze for a second. Did I freeze on your end?
You froze on my end.
You froze on my end, so something happened. But I don't know. It's just such a lame. It's so many characters already too. Like Endgame, well, Infinity War. If you looked at that in comparison, you had like what 22 characters fighting against Thanos.
Yeah.
This one might be more, a little bit. I think it was just those and then a bunch of Wakandans and just a bunch of Wakanda's army. Endgame made sense, a little more sense, but that was like 10 years worth of stuff. Now it's like 5 or something.
It don't even feel like 5.
Right.
Feels less than that.
Mm-hmm. We're almost 20 years into the MCU. I just realized 2028.
Yes,
wow.
That just made me sad a little bit.
Yeah. And this is where we're at.
Yeah.
This sucks, man. I just thought of a cool question that I think I'll ask you and Aaron when he gets here. But it's an interesting one, then. But what are you looking forward to in the MCU now? Like, what actually piques your interest? Because, like, people are saying stuff about Brave New World, Captain America 4 looking good, but, like, they're getting reshoots again, and they've been doing that for a while, and the test screenings were bad, and then you get, like, Thunderbolts and all this crap, in my opinion, but I don't know. What is there anything that looks good to you?
If I'm gonna be honest, no. If there really was anything that would pique my interest, it's Daredevil Born Again, but that's solely because I want to see Daredevil and Punisher back.
Yeah.
But I still got that hanging cloud over me where I'm like, are they gonna mess this up?
Right.
And by the leaked trailer they showed on YouTube, it looked really good. But just because a trailer looks good don't mean the show might be good either.
Exactly. And that's what I'm scared of for Daredevil. I love Daredevil. The original Netflix Daredevil's in my top 10 shows of all time. I love that show.
Yeah.
But it's not the same without Drew Goddard there. And he had such a great take on the character, and everyone else involved was in love with the character as much as he was. And that's the problem with like new Marvels, that you get people that don't care. So you're getting more people.
No, you just get randoms.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
Probably don't know anything.
Right. You're just getting people that you could probably use to fit the message that you want to push.
Yeah.
Or just
people that people that are probably going to be, I don't want to say yes men, but people that are just going to sit there and take it.
Yeah.
Whereas you get like, people, they're like, no.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, even those who probably would fight against it, like I know Sam Raimi was desperately pushing against Kevin Feige just to include one scene. I can't remember what it was in Doctor Strange 2, but I know he was pushing for one scene. If he had to fight with them, I can imagine him not wanting to come back too. So you can imagine someone like, I don't know if he'll do it, but someone like Bryan Singer not wanting to make an X-Men movie. Like, let's say hypothetically they bring him into the MCU for an X-Men film in the future.
Well,
I highly doubt he's going to be like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not going to sit up here and just take this from you. Either I can do this or I'm walking out.
Yeah.
At least if he had pride with him or a pair of like guts, he probably would do it, you know. And I'm just using him as an example.
Right. And he's to be fair, guys, he's not a great guy. He's done some bad stuff.
He has.
Dang. Yeah.
Well, I just used that example for nothing then.
Well, the alternate universe, multiverse is a thing. So he did not do that in an alternate universe.
Well, who else directed movies in the X-Men franchise?
We have Simon Kinberg, who only did Dark Phoenix, but
he'd be perfect for the MCU.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Who do we have?
Who's the guy who did Logan?
That's James Mangold.
You think he'd actually abide by MCU?
I think money talks. You know,
money talks and bullcrap walks. So
yes.
Maybe
money can do things, and like Hunter my friend Hunter made a video on when we did Smokey Squadcast. He made a short talking about how John Bernthal would come back if the story was good, because that's what he cares about. So does Chris Hemsworth. He says the same thing. But like, if this is bad, then we know he's lying because he knows like money. He needs money. So if this is bad, we're gonna look at you, man. We're gonna be like, what was that? What was that? So I'm hoping he's right, but
I know this is gonna be a weird analogy, but as a wrestling fan, they do that all the time. So it's like if you like, let's say someone who doesn't wrestle for like years, they're like, oh, I will come back unless you give me this good story. We do this, that, and the third in the ring. No, unless you get paid well, you'll come back.
Yeah,
CM Punk.
Yep.
At least he's being obvious. At least he's being honest about it. But anyways, I get what you mean though when it comes to that.
Yeah.
You accidentally muted yourself.
I know. My chair squeaks. So I was trying to. It's like, but I get what you're saying. And that was in the back, like this. Gracious, shut up. But yeah, I will watch Daredevil Born Again just so I could like, say I've seen it, and I bless you, and I do like, just because I love the previous Daredevil show, and I just wish it stayed with Netflix. And that's I think about other shows that could have stayed with, that could have been Netflix shows like Moon Knight. That would have been a great Netflix.
That would have been a really good show.
Yeah, and now that it's on Disney Plus, it's going to be like before we got the mature audience rating for the shows now, and before Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah, all the shows were kind of neutered into being, bless you, in just in PG-13 land. So Deadpool and Wolverine kind of broke the mold, so they could go back to being, technically, Deadpool and Wolverine was announced to be rated R, Echo after that was a mature rated show. It's not good, but it was a mature rated show. And
I wonder who pushed the envelope to have Disney let Deadpool 3 be rated R.
Yeah,
Because I doubt the executives were like, okay, so this is Deadpool. He's our only exception. I'm curious who said make it rated R.
I feel like Ryan Reynolds kind of pushed it because, it is his character now. But I don't know.
I could see him being the reason for it. Because after all, that story about how they claimed that he leaked the Deadpool test footage in the past.
Yeah, which was great. That was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is kind of a hot take, but one thing that concerns, this is kind of off topic, but not really. One thing that concerns me is like when Deadpool and Wolverine came out, and Hugh Jackman said he had such a good time on set, and he and Ryan Reynolds are like good friends and like become best friends now because of this, and wanting to do things in the future. It kind of worried me because it's like don't do anything else in the MCU. Like, other than Secret Wars, I don't want you guys to... That was it. And it just sounded like they were going to do a lot more. If it's like a separate project altogether, fine, but...
Yeah, if it's like not even Marvel related, like let's say a buddy movie or whatever, I'd be fine with that.
Sure.
Because I do like the chemistry between Reynolds and Jackman, but I kind of agree with what you're saying. Because Fox's X-Men is dead. It's gone.
Pretty much.
Like, the last semblance of that is Deadpool 3.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Secret Wars will probably be like its swan song for both of them, for both of those characters. Maybe other characters as well, like the ones we saw in Deadpool 3. But I'm fine with not being able to see Deadpool anymore. Like, if he is supposed to be killed off, like in that scene where he's like in the arms of Thor or whatever, like, why is Thor crying?
Yeah.
If he dies at the end, I'd be fine with it.
Yeah.
Because at least we had R-rated Marvel. We had it both outside and inside the MCU. We finally seen the Merc with a Mouth actually do something, It's like, I don't really see what else you can do.
Right. I don't like that footage was taken from Thor: The Dark World.
No.
If they actually got Chris Hemsworth, but you know what he was doing at the budget, right? Chris Hemsworth. But I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what they have in store. I don't know what they're planning.
Let's just hope it's at least serviceable.
Yeah. I'll take it. I'll take what I can get.
At this point, we have no choice but to take what we can get.
Yes. Yeah. Because we can't have a street level Spider-Man anymore. We have to have like the multiverse and stuff, which they're saying it's Sony's idea and that Disney wants it to be street level, which is surprising.
Yeah,
it's a smart move, Disney.
It's very smart.
Very smart. Yeah. That would be that would have been cool to have Daredevil and Punisher in there. That would have been a cool combo.
You know what else would have been a cool combo?
What?
Daredevil and Punisher were in Endgame.
Yeah. You know what I wanted to see? Okay, Civil War is that's my favorite MCU movie. I will say, if they had the Defenders from the Netflix and they had Punisher in the movie, that would have been amazing.
Which team do you think they'd be on, though?
Oh, that's a good question. I feel like
because do you think the Defenders would be on like one side, or would they be broken up?
That's a good question. Okay, so Civil War was in 2016.
Yeah.
And I think Luke Cage and Iron Fist came out after that, I believe. Let me check. Luke Cage. That was in 2016 to 2018. Okay. Iron Fist was the one that was 2017, I believe.
Mm.
Yeah. So I don't know if the timelines add up or not. I haven't seen the other shows. But from what I can tell with Daredevil anyway, since he was in the Team Cap in the comics, I feel like he would be in this in the movie as well. Not just because of that, but just because of what the show shows us, that he is a vigilante, and he takes the law into his own hands, and he does what's right, and like doesn't listen to everyone else. He's above the law. He thinks he's above the law. I wouldn't say Cap thinks he's above the law per se, but like he needs to help people where he can and not let someone tell him what to do. And that's what Daredevil is like as well. So I think Matt Murdock would be on the side of Cap.
I think Punisher, because of your argument, probably would also be on the side of Team Cap.
Mm-hmm.
And also, during the Marvel Zombie storyline, he was the one who kind of killed Cap. But before he pulled the trigger, he was like, "You were my favorite growing up," pretty much.
Mm.
So in a way, Frank Castle did like Captain America. Maybe that little kid in him was probably like, "I'll join you." I don't like this. I don't know how he would talk, but I don't like this pretty boy Tony Stark thinking that we need to be in check. Knowing Punisher, he does not like to be put in check.
Mm-mm.
If anyone's putting someone in check, it's going to be Punisher putting himself that way.
Yeah.
So he could definitely join Team Cap, but I feel like Cap would be like, "You're a bit too extreme.
Yeah.
You got to go."
That's why I beat him up in a Civil War comic.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would have. Yeah. Season 2 of Daredevil was great. It was, I mean, people would say it's the weakest season, and I probably would agree. I don't see it. I think they're all amazing seasons. Yeah. But as far as everyone else, I haven't seen the other shows, so I can't say.
Yeah.
But
I feel like at least someone in that, like Luke Cage, Iron Fist, or Jessica Jones was her name.
Yeah.
I feel like one of those three would probably be neutral in it. Like they probably wouldn't want to be part of this because they either don't care or they have their own reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Jessica.
Go ahead.
I feel like not Iron Fist, but Jessica Jones or Luke Cage, they'd be like, "No, I don't want no part of this."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and even if it was just Daredevil and Punisher, I would have been completely fine with it. That would have made me satisfied enough because those are the characters I care about. But yeah, that would have been really cool. It would have gone different than the movie, but it would have been great.
Now I ask you, here's a question now that I think about it.
Okay.
Let's say the X-Men were part of the MCU during
the Fox
X-Men?
Who do
you think would be? Yes.
Oh, okay.
Who do you think would be on Team Cap or Team Iron Man?
Wolverine is Cap, I think. I'd have to.
I probably would agree, but you would have to do some heavy convincing to get that man on that team.
True.
On either side, really.
Yeah, he would do his own thing. He's not. He's not exactly like Punisher. He's not like Punisher, but
I mean, he'll kill, but like not in the way Punisher would do it.
Right.
Now that I think about it, I think the X-Men in general would be on Team Cap's side because the whole argument of them wanting to be like, "Oh, humans and mutants in harmony and peace and all of that," whereas they might see the Sokovia Accord and think, "No,
right,
bad enough we're already put in check because we're mutants. Why do you want this now?"
Mm-hmm. I don't know how it went down in the comic, in the Civil War comic. I don't know if the X-Men were a big part or not. They might have been.
We would have to get the books or at least read up on that story arc because I don't know. Only other team up I really know that happened with Avengers and X-Men was AVX, of course.
Yeah.
But
So
that's different.
yeah. So there is X-Men Civil War or Civil War X-Men. That is a thing that happens.
Mhm.
But we can't speak on that because we haven't read them. But
Right.
for the Fox versions anyway, Rogue in The Last Stand wanted to take the serum that made her human, which was kind of stupid.
Same did Beast, right?
He was thinking about it. It was
Mm-hmm.
in Last Stand that he got close to that kid that like takes away their mutant powers, and he put his hand up close, and it turned his hand into a human hand instead of a blue furry hand, and he was kind of teared up about it. But other than that, I don't think so. It would be interesting to think that I don't know much about the other X-Men. I feel like Rogue might be Team Iron Man.
Maybe.
Wolverine, I would say Team Cap, but he might be neutral. Not sure.
Wolverine, knowing him, probably would be neutral. Cyclops, I can see being on Team Cap.
Yeah, I could see that.
Cyclops would be Team Cap because, like, kind of the argument I just brought up. They probably want to do that. Now, I can imagine Jean Grey being on Team Iron Man. Here's why. She is kind of considered one of the more stronger mutants, like Omega level, if you want to count Dark Phoenix. But I think she's like a stronger telepath than Charles. Maybe she wants to put her powers in check as well because she might, just like every Jean Grey story goes, ballistic.
Mm-hmm.
Some X-Men probably would want to keep themselves in check.
Yeah.
With the fact, not just because they're strong enough, but like you said, some of them probably might not even want the power anymore.
Right.
They might want to take that serum. If it existed, of course.
Mm.
But I know Magneto. I feel like Magneto would be on Team Iron Man's side just as a ploy.
Yeah. Oh, would Charles be Team Iron Man or Team Cap?
Charles? Ooh.
I could see him being like, yes, I want to make peace, but I don't think he would go that extreme with it.
I feel like he would try to, like, if let's say the X-Men were taken into this whole thing, and a Team Iron Man and Team Cap were like, you guys have to choose sides into this, please, to help us out. Mm-hmm. I feel like Charles would would try his best to find a resolution between Team Cap and Team Iron Man, so they don't fight each other. But if that doesn't work, he might just be like, okay, I'll help Team Cap. However, I don't know if he'll send X-Men to help Team Iron Man and Team Cap because that would be a bit weird.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like he might try and find a peaceful resolution between both. Maybe find some middle ground where it's like, oh, I agree with the Sokovia Accords. Heroes do need to be put in check. But I also see what Cap means where it's like, we don't need to be controlled by the government. Yeah. He might try and find some neutral ground and be like, okay, we can do this, that, and third. Shake hands, sign a contract, do whatever. Like, as long as the Sokovia Accords don't like bring into this.
True. Yeah, that's tough. That's a good question. There's so many possibilities.
Yeah.
What if we think about what other X-Men members are there? Let's say like Storm and Black Panther got together like they did in the comics.
Yeah.
And then
that might be different because that might be a love interest sort of thing.
That's true. That is true. But it's hard because all the X-Men in the movies were kind of one-dimensional.
Yeah.
To an extent, but
to an extent, except for Wolverine.
Right. Yeah.
Except for Wolverine, Charles, and Eric. Those are the only three.
Mm-hmm. Poor Cyclops. They did him dirty.
I still want to see James Marsden show back up one more time as a redemption.
Yes. What if Deadpool's in Civil War?
Sweet Jesus, no. No. If he was in Civil War, Shenanigans would ensue in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I think about it, what about Thor and Hulk?
I was about to say Thor and Hulk.
What team would they be on?
Well, they mentioned the line in before the scene where Tony recruits Peter Parker. There was like the part where he's like, "I could go for a Hulk right about now. You think I got a shot?" And then Natasha's like, "You really think he'd be on our side?" So I don't know what they would do with him. He might be team cap, either that or he's he wouldn't retire. Yeah, if he never went into space in Age of Ultron and if you stayed, that's tough. I could see him kind of being on Tony's side, even though they said it in the movie. But it's Ross, so they got a history.
I think because of Ross, it might be in their history. He might not join on their side.
Yeah, I could see that. Thor is just above everything. Above.
He really is. Thor would probably be like, "I'm not fighting you. I'll fight you mortals caused.
Yeah,
that's your problem. You handle it."
If they had Robot Thor, that's one thing. That would have been cool. But I don't know.
They have better A-Bill type Thor.
That'd be cool.
It would have been cool.
Yeah. What if you had Pietro in Civil War?
I was just thinking about Pietro earlier when I said the X-Men.
Yeah.
I feel like he might join his sister though.
Yeah, I'd say so. Before our other guest arrives in, what do you think about the Fantastic Four? Let's say actually, never mind. Chris Evans. I can't say Chris Evans. We'll talk about that later. Here's our other guest, guys. It's Aaron.
Hello.
I need to change my name. Hold up.
Yes, you do.
It's okay. We're all.
Yeah, we're all neighbors.
We're all neighbors.
I shall be right back.
Okay.
There we go.
How are you doing?
Good, thanks. I mean, I had to work on Thanksgiving, but
really,
yeah, I got to spend some time with my grandparents, though. I mean, luckily for that.
That's good.
But I mean, besides that, I'm sad that the Lions won today because that's. I mean, none of you know. I don't know. Maybe Donovan knows because you're not into NFL at all.
Well, yeah, we'll wait for him to come back and ask him.
Actually, no, he probably isn't interested either. So I'm just gonna say that my Thanksgiving's been pretty good. Pretty good so far.
Good. Anything you're thankful for? Oh, what?
Okay, I was gonna say, right as I was getting off of work, right as I was getting off of work, I was on the toilet for about 20 minutes over my shift. That's why I joined a little bit late because I was still at work, still progressively. I'm pretty sure other people were hearing me groan or something. I was in pain, dude. I was in pain.
Did you have to take your shoes and socks off? It was that bad?
I had to. So at work, I have a headset I have to wear. I took off my headset because I had to focus.
Oh my gosh!
All I was hearing, hey, can we get this package up here? We need this pallet being loaded up. And I was like, I can't take this. I was put down, and I didn't even put the headset anywhere. I put it on the ground, like straight on the toilet ground, the bathroom ground, and I was like,
in there. Can you hear that?
Hey, Aaron, you have your mic still on right now? I heard every single squirm of struggle. You're like, do we tell him? No.
Just let him. We don't know.
Just let him be.
We know nothing about this. We're not going to say anything.
What did you do?
Oh. He's muted now. He ain't gonna say nothing. I don't know why. While he's muted, there were comments. Morbing so hard. Morbinism is dead. I'm a morbist. Aaron is literally that type. No, that's Brandon. Don't get him mixed up.
Yeah.
I might join you when I get home. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I love how your podcast is different from mine in terms of topics. Yeah, it's. I'm not as organized as you. I'll admit. I'm just kind of thinking about what to talk about, just casual conversations. But yeah, but Aaron's fine. I hope. I hope. I don't know. He's muted now, so I don't know where he went. But you're back. That's good.
Sorry, I had to take a mini shit. My bad. No, I'm kidding. I didn't have to.
Bro.
I'm kidding. I swear.
Dude. So I bet you're thankful that you're out of the pits of poop hell.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Good.
Donovan's like, I think Donovan's confused. No more. I'm pretty sure. Donovan, do you know what we're talking about?
No, because I had to do something real fast.
This is
I was
live, by the
talking
way.
Yeah, I know. I don't care if my secret's out. Everyone knows the struggle. I told him that I was kind of working 20 minutes extra on my shift, not working, but in the bathroom. Thanksgiving kind of freaked me out. So, yeah, I was being tortured for 20 minutes on the bathroom.
It'd be like that sometimes.
It was hell. It didn't kick in at the end of my it kicked in at the end of my shift. I was so pissed.
Felt this burning sensation in my loins. I had to squat and drop that turkey
During work.
Turkey squawk.
Cookie squat.
Turkeys.
Cookie.
Kikis.
Just turkey.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm feeling the feeling again. It's that slight. Hopefully nothing comes out, bro. I swear to. But I'm not going to the toilet. Yeah, no, I'm not sitting on the toilet talking to you guys. So I mean, I could, but you might hear an occasional.
You have to mute yourself, but
yeah. Hope a little bit of shit came out.
Dude, this is twice that you said that word. You gotta keep it clean.
My bad.
What?
It ain't clean after that.
Ugh. But yeah, we were just talking about.
Yeah. By the way, what were you guys talking about?
Yeah, we were just talking about all kinds of stuff Marvel related. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost as if we've done this before.
I can't remember
Yeah.
the time we have. This is very new. But and a little DC, getting a little spicy there. But we've been talking just about the future, and briefly, this is something we were talking about. Did you hear that the Jonathan Majors girlfriend dropped the allegations or the charges?
Yeah, hold on. I need to mute myself. Something's happened.
Me when Kang is coming back. Something happened. I'm gonna clip this. No, I'm not gonna do that.
Please don't.
This whole horrible. I've never had this happen before. This is, but I guess I'll just go ahead and ask you. I was waiting for both of you, but he got problems. So he's got some issues.
Clip it, I dare you, is what he just said.
He's still here. Okay.
Still here.
I will. So it's gonna be awkward. So I was thinking about the concept of the DC trilogy or Trinity, which is Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, and it's been that way for a while. And then I was thinking about the Marvel Trinity, and that has for a while that's been like in the early 2000s, Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
And then since the Avengers were, I guess, a main three. You still have the main three Avengers, but then Ultimates happened, which led to the MCU being very popular. And then now when people say MCU Trinity, they think Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor. I mean, makes sense. But so who in your opinion, which is the true Marvel Trinity?
Between those two, or
Yeah.
just for modern era?
Between those two.
I don't know. That's kind of a tough question.
Yeah.
I mean, I see the argument where people are like, Cap, Thor, and Iron Man, since they started the MCU, that were the first three films.
Mm-hmm.
Well, somewhat first three films, if you want to include Hulk.
Yeah.
First four. But they're like top three. Whereas you have the top three of the original 2000s. Honestly, I wouldn't even say Hulk for the original 2000s. I would say Reed Richards. If I'm choosing anybody from that.
Okay. So Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Mr. Fantastic.
Richards. Yeah.
Reed Richards. Okay. That's interesting. I like that. Why is that?
Well, because he just felt more like a leader.
Yeah.
He was more the leader of the group. It was Marvel's first family. And also, Hulk relatively didn't do that much in that film, in his own film to me.
Yeah. I mean, not necessarily like the early 2000s, but more just like the popular characters. Just
if it's popularity, then yes. But if we're going from a straight character standpoint, I'd say Reed Richards.
I can respect that. Yeah.
I would say if anyone was the Trinity, it might be the MCU one. But if I was going to say that, it would be Hulk, Iron Man, and then Cap. Because Hulk was second. Even though, or at least Iron Man, Cap, and Hulk. Or Thor and Hulk. I don't think it would just be fair to just leave out Hulk, and that's the second film in the entire franchise.
Yeah, it's because everyone else got trilogies, probably.
Yeah, and plus Cap's the leader. Iron Man was the first, and then Chris Hemsworth is Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And it makes sense. I mean, I get like the latter, like Cap, Iron Man, and Thor being the Trinity, because they are kind of similar to the DC Trinity in a way, because you have Batman and Iron Man being similar because they're billionaires and they got gadgets and everything.
You have Thor and Wonder Woman based off mythologies.
Yeah.
They're like more mythical characters. And of course you have the big blue Boy Scouts.
Yep. Star Spangled Boy Scout. So I could see that, like, especially if they're having a versus battle, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think, Aaron, about that? Like, who would you say is,
about what?
What we were talking about? Like, who would the Marvel Trinity be in your opinion? Like, it could be. So since Donovan did this earlier, you can make up your own Marvel Trinity, and you can say who you think the true Marvel Trinity should be, or you can go off of what people have been saying: Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Hulk, or Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor.
Oh, that's a hard question. I don't think I can answer this. Not because I'm too, maybe Spider-Man, Iron Man, Captain America?
That's not a bad one. It's not a bad one. Yeah. I would prefer Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Hulk. Just, that's me. I think that it's a good combo. And, you know, as far as characters go, they're probably the best characters because you got Spider-Man and Peter Parker. You know, everyone knows about that. You got Wolverine and his backstory, you have the Hulk and his backstory, and how they've been handled.
Experiments and all
experiments. That. Yeah, you got experiments. You got just dark backstories, just deep characterization for all three of them. And for that, I can understand. I'd probably go with that. But
if I had to say a second, I'd actually combine both big threes and have Iron Man, Hulk, and not Spider-Man, Iron Man, and then Wolverine.
Yeah.
Because basically all three of them from big franchises. Iron Man, of course, started the MCU. X-Men technically started the whole cinematic universe sort of thing. And then you have Spider-Man, who is always arguably Marvel's most popular character.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. A fun one is Spider-Man, Iron Man, and Hulk for some reason. I've been seeing that trio a lot, and I like it. That's a fun trio to have.
Now, you want to know a tough one?
Mm.
What do you think could be considered the big three of the modern MCU? Because the only one I'm thinking of is Spider-Man, possibly Sam Wilson, only because he's Captain America.
Even then, he doesn't show up that much. He's only had Falcon and Winter Soldier, and that was it.
I know Spider-Man is definitely part of it, though.
I'd say Deadpool.
Spider-Man, maybe Deadpool.
Maybe Deadpool. Maybe Daredevil. He's kind of
Team Red.
I do want a Team Red just so bad. I want it so bad.
I would have said Doctor Strange, but No Way Home ruined that for me.
And then Multiverse of Madness ruined it after that. So you just get a combo.
Yeah.
I do want Team Red though. But
yeah.
Okay. Spider-Man, yeah. Wong. He shows up a lot. And yeah. I don't know. Or Marvel's Trinity sucks now.
Yeah. She-Hulk, Captain Marvel,
and Katie from Shang-Chi. No. She-Hulk, Captain Marvel, and Wanda.
Yeah. That's the only thing I can think of.
Perfect. Aaron, are you okay?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Are you sure?
I'm trying my best. I'm sweating over here, bro.
I can feel bro's pain
I
through the
can.
screen right now.
My butt cheeks clenching as well. I get it.
I just think of that one Eminem.
Oh, they ain't clenching, bro. They ain't clenching anymore.
Okay.
I just think of Aaron as like that one Eminem lyric from "Lose Yourself." His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy.
There's vomit on this.
Sure, already spaghetti. That's what I assume Aaron's going through right now.
Over, blow. Time's up. Over.
Not funny.
Well, it was either that or I make repeated fart noises to you in the mic.
We're not gonna do that. We're not that cruel.
You look like an idiot.
Come on.
No spaghetti.
Yo, okay. I think he is. Well, he's.
I think I should be alright. I think.
He thinks he should be all right. He says.
Yeah.
For the most
The
part.
words won't come out.
It's just going
Fair
to
enough.
take one.
You know,
It's
I'm waiting for me to jinx myself, and I think I jinxed myself.
It's just going to take one fart. This is done.
Bro, take some Miralax or something. Take something. Is you feeling bad?
No.
What? I'm not.
I think Miralax will make it worse.
Yeah. I don't know how medicine works. Don't listen to me. I've been sick for 4 years.
Struggling over here.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Blood's in an unwinnable battle.
I need to refresh this.
Well, you need a what? Don't answer that. You're fine. You're in pain. Okay. If you need to go, that's fine. I
Yeah.
don't want to keep you. I don't want to keep you here if you don't feel too great. I guess we'll just keep him with us.
All right. I don't know if you wanted to do it or not, but do you remember what we were talking about before the podcast started? If you wanted to, we could showcase our books.
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay. Oh, boy. I got quite a few books. Let's see.
I have 2 stacks plus an omnibus right in my lap.
Well, you go right ahead then. I'm going to see if I can get you. Oh, yep. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Aaron.
Rest in peace, Aaron. GG's in the chat. What do you need?
Yeah, Aaron. Wait, wasn't it 3?
Yeah.
fingers?
There we go. That was an awful whistling. Oh, he's alive.
Oh, he's not dead.
Thank God.
Dude, my thing is bugging. Where?
This is the greatest episode we've had thus far.
We love you, Aaron.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about you, and you just
Sorry, I joined in. Did I join in? Did I join at a bad time?
No.
Yeah, bro.
No. You're joining at your bad time. We're fine. You're just
Hey,
like,
I'm not joining at my bad time. My bad time was 50 minutes ago.
oh yeah, he sounds better. I can hear it. Yeah. So we're thinking about showcasing some of our comics. Do you have any comics you'd like to showcase, Aaron?
No.
Okay.
Well, there's your answer. Yeah, hey everybody.
Let me see if I can get a. How do I do this? Do I do this? Whoa! How do I do that?
Do what?
I'm trying to do a big screen. Oh, I messed up your screen. Oops. I was trying to do the big screen where we like showcase each screen.
Like that?
Yeah. If you want to do it like that, it might show it a little.
Fine.
It's a little glitchy. We'll give it a little bit of.
Dude, I don't like my static on the camera. It's so grainy, you can visibly see it.
Yeah.
Plus, my room's a mess in the background, as you can see.
Who cares?
It's okay. Who cares?
All right. We're ready.
I guess so. If you are.
All right.
Da, 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 da.
I'll showcase the big one last.
Okay.
Well, I have a bunch of comics, primarily X-Men related, because I'm a big fan of the franchise, and I'm just a big fan of X-Men in general. So, and I do got some more stuff sprinkled in here. But to start off with, and I'm going to actually take this one out of the case. I have one of the last runs of the Chris Claremont and issue. Excuse my camera for being very dark. I don't know how to change it up, but as you can see, it has some pretty decent stuff in there. I know I got some really good posters. Fun fact about this one, its poster is very, very massive.
Mm-hmm.
It has like two posters, one on the outside and one on the inside. And this is a third. All these, this big poster, all these are issue covers, and I have issue number 3. The more valuable one is the one with Magneto on the side, and of course you have like covers like from top to bottom,
Yeah.
like actually showing the X-Men and such.
That's sick.
I think it's like the inspiration for the animated series stuff, because you do have like some of the issue like panels in here that look very well and like comically accurate to like how they look in the shows. Let me see if I can find the right cover for it. Yeah, so here it is. Ignore that. But I don't know if you can see it that well, but it's kind of, the art style's kind of there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just put you. No, I'm gonna put you back right now. I like to keep all of my books in their respective page, their plastic coverings,
Yeah.
because I don't like to have them out in the open.
Absolutely.
We have next is X-Men Grand Design Second Genesis, which is the second part of the entire thing. I don't know if you can see it that well.
Yeah.
And this, I believe, is kind of like another rehash of like the actual old school X-Men. We have classic X-Men, both 1 and 2, which kind of classic X-Men 1 and 2 both delve into like the Giant Size series. This is more like kind of like a, I wouldn't say reboot, but it's more or less like a kind of like a quick catch up of what they were supposed to do. You got some X Factor comics. This is, unfortunately, I could not find issue number 1. Just gonna raise this up in the air so you can see it better.
Mm-hmm.
See the lighting better on it.
Yes.
So there's that. Issue number 3 and 4. Because I tried to find them in order, but the place I have bought these comics in they didn't have the first one, of course, sadly. I have not read any of these. Haven't read all of them yet. But so far they're a pretty decent art style in them. And of course, as I stated earlier, I'm a big fan of Wolverine's son Daken. So I had to get some Daken comics myself. This one's titled Dark Wolverine during the Dark Reign story. I don't know much about this one. I'm still learning about it.
Yeah.
Then you have, this is a really dark one. The Claws of a Killer is what it's called, during the Hunt for Wolverine storyline.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I can see it a little better there. Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna use my phone as a flashlight. So
Yeah, that might be a little better.
oh,
Oh,
here it is. This is a bit better.
Oh, sick.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
Great
And I
cover.
think it has Lady Deathstrike, Dakin, and someone else. I can't tell on the cover as well.
I like the
You have.
I like the menacing light you have.
Yeah, because the main light
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
got
say something about that.
Looks great.
there's X-Men Blue, which
Oh,
I have all like 6 issues of this, I think. So this is just issue 1. I think this is a retelling of like the classic X-Men. This is like when they're all younger, but they get split up into teams.
all right.
There's issue 2 with Magneto on here.
Nice.
Also, if I'm going slow, let me know.
Oh, you're fine.
There's X-Men Blue issue 3 for those who might want to see those who see it. I believe this right here, X-Men Blue issue number 4. This is the introduction, possibly, of Jimmy Hudson. And Jimmy Hudson is another son of Wolverine from the 1610 universe.
And
And he's the only one.
That's the Ultimate Universe, right?
Yes.
Okay.
He's the only one with actual claws akin to his father. But the cool part about his claws and his entire skeleton, they're bone claws, but kind of like Colossus, he can secrete a metal to where it turns metallic. It's not adamantium though. I don't know what it actually is. And here's issue number 6. There's more issues alongside to this entire like run, but I wasn't able to find all of them. And speaking of comics I wasn't able all to find, we have my favorite run, which is Astonishing X-Men, made by John Cassidy and Joss Whedon before Joss Whedon made Justice League.
Mm-hmm. And before he was an awful person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even though I've read 2 and 3, unfortunately the shop I bought these from didn't have those. They had 1. This is issue 4. This is issue 5, The Return of Colossus during this run. I love this one. I like these 2. This is issue number 7 of the early X-Men run from like these 2. I think they had like 20 something issues with Whedon and Cassidy. And then there's Giant Size, which I don't know much about this one. I assume I know it's of course part of the Astonishing X-Men, but I assume it's part of like, it says issue 1, but I don't know exactly where it's from, like what part it comes from.
Yeah, it's always hard to find the annual when the annuals take place. When it's just face value.
I got 3 Dark Wolverine comics during the Siege arc. This one is number 1, I believe, and this one's number 2. This is, in these books, this is during where the siege of, I think, Asgard, where the Dark Avengers, led by Norman Osborn, who was Iron Patriot at the time, he leads his own offshoot of the Avengers. So you have Dakin as like Wolverine. You have, of course, Iron Patriot. You have Bullseye playing the role of Hawkeye. You have, I think, a symbiote character, which is supposed to be like Spider-Man, and a blonde lady who kind of looks dressed like Captain Marvel or Miss Marvel, but I don't know exactly much about them, so I can't really give my 2 cents on them. But the run here is actually really good. I'd recommend it's a good read. Here's part 3 to it as well. And during these 3 comics, they actually, like, it's Dakin getting summoned by the Thread Weavers. That's not the real name, but the Norns of Fate, pretty much, in Norse mythology. And for all the ones who don't want to just know about X-Men, here's the one of the only 2 Ghost Rider comics I actually own.
I like that.
That's just
I like that.
that's column 2. Well, that's column 1. Don't drop, don't fall. Okay. I already showed off classic X-Men. So here's the one and only Power Rangers comic I found that they didn't have at the shop. I love this one.
That's awesome.
There's a lot of comic covers like this too, but this is the one I was able to find. Of course, you have the main man, my favorite run of Superman, All Star, which is my favorite because I don't know. I guess All Star is just like different from the most. He actually feels the most. This one felt the most heroic out of all the Superman runs that I've at least read.
Yeah, it's a popular one.
Now, here's a little backstory behind this next one. It's part of a 6-part saga for Spider-Man, but they only had issues, I believe, 3, 4, and 2 5s. I do not have 3, 4, and 5, or 1 and 2, but I do have the most famous version of this comic. And it is Web of Spider-Man, Part 4, Resurrection. If you know this one, this is the most, I think, one of the more sought after books, especially because this one was $39.95.
Oh wow!
For me, yeah, and it was the only one they had, so I had to get it solely because of the cover.
And that's the Craven's Last Hunt, right? That's part of it, right?
Yeah, that's during that arc. Yeah.
Okay.
Fun fact: before there was the Avengers versus X-Men, there was these, and it was a 4-part miniseries called the X-Men versus. Yeah. X-Men versus the Avengers. That's part 1. I was lucky enough to find all 4 parts of this entire series. Here's parts 2 and 3. This one's 2, I believe. Yeah, this one's. Yeah, the yellow one with Magneto on, that's 2. This one's 3. As evident as Captain America drowning Logan for some reason.
Oh.
And the Judgment of Magneto, the ending of this run, which we can see with has a bunch of good different characters on here. I assume that this guy right here, I assume that's Odin, but that looks more like it could be like an old school Thor. But speaking of Avengers and the X-Men, I got my favorite one and I had to get it. I had to. It was the only book they had. And I haven't cracked it open yet, but I really need to. And it actually has the full story, all 14 comics into one.
Wow.
Of course, some more X-Men stuff. They said that Uncanny X-Men Manifest Destiny is actually one of the better runs for the Uncanny X-Men. I believe it's in the same continuity as the Astonishing, given the fact that they kind of do look the same in the books. But I'm not really too certain about it. And of course, we have my favorite run of any Marvel-related thing, even more than X-Men. I mean, Avengers vs. X-Men. The Ultimates Volume 1.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I do not have Volume 2. That's okay. I'll probably get it some other time. My favorite panel of this, and even though I haven't really been showing the art in these books, my bad, but my favorite panel is Captain America during World War II, where he's like, "What are you waiting for, ladies? Christmas?" And it's just this awesome shot right here of Cap just using the shield. The final novel I have is bargain priced, as evident on the big label on the front. Dark Wolverine, where it's Daken versus Laura, the battle of the two children of Logan, pretty much.
Cool.
Haven't read this one. I actually need to. And where's the other one? I'm gonna skip ahead to one. Here's a side-by-side comparison. So I have Spider-Man Legend of Torment Part 1 of 5, but I also have Sub-City Part 1 of 2, where they have just straight up the exact same cover. Both drawn, of course, by the great Todd McFarlane.
Goat.
I'm gonna just... Then we have the second Ghost Rider comic that I own, during the Rise of the Midnight Suns arc.
Mm.
Unfortunately, the shop, they only had these two. The rest were just copies of these two. So I decided during a time where I wanted to give X-Men a break, I wanted to get other comics, primarily for the Midnight Suns. So I decided to get some Punisher stuff as well. We have Punisher War Journal, which guest stars Daredevil in it. We have another one, Part 2 of 2, Survival of the Fittest. I chose this comic because it has my birth year on it when it was released, July 7th. And this guest stars Wolverine.
Oh, sick.
There is Daredevil versus Punisher, Means and Ends.
Nice.
I couldn't really find like good Daredevil comics, so these had to do. I like this one. The 100th issue 100 of X Factor, which is just a great. It's a reflective surface too on the front cover.
It reminds
Probably
me
can't
of
see it that well.
Yeah, it reminds me of Superman with Supergirl. That pose. I think it was was it Crisis on Infinite Earth or something?
Yeah, it was Crisis.
Okay. Yeah.
There's another X Factor annual I have. I think this is the one where they go to Russia. Issue number 1. Of course, the Spider-Man thing. There's a flashback, which is the story of Alex Summers and how he kind of meets Mr. Sinister.
Oh.
I don't like this one. It's not because it's a bad book, but the art style is kind of weird, kind of wonky.
Yeah, he's got
but
kind
it's
of
that 90s.
Yeah, the 90s was an interesting time for art.
Mm-hmm. For every Todd McFarlane, you had that.
Mm-hmm.
Here's another expensive book that I actually had to buy, which is part of the Fall of the Mutants arc. This is the introduction. Fall of the Mutants X Factor. This is the introduction to Archangel. The first time he's ever been seen in the Marvel Comics. Issue number 24. Don't have 25, but I do have 26, which is also part of the Fall of the Mutants, which I need to actually get into because I think it's a pretty good story arc. And then the last of the X Factor and X-Men comics in general is X Factor Annual Part 4 Kings of Pain, which has 64. Now, there was an older version of this, but it was so worn and wear, and had a lot of wear and tear to it that I chose not to really get it. Because I don't really mess with books that do that. And last but not least, the big sucker right here, the omnibus is what I call it. There was only 2 of these left in the store.
Okay.
That I bought this from, and a friend of mine bought this for me as a gift, as an early Christmas present. I present Book 1, the deluxe edition of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, because he knows I'm a big Power Rangers fan.
Yeah.
When I tell you this book is huge, this book is huge.
It's got girth.
This thing, for the low price of $29.99, he got it for a steal because on the back it says $75.
My goodness.
That's what it originally would have been like.
Wow.
But yeah. That's all the
great.
comics that I have.
Bravo, sir.
And thank you. And I'm still going to get more anyways in the future.
Yeah.
I think I might go back later, hopefully this weekend.
Well, that's awesome. That Spider-Man
Thank-
Torment, the Spider-Man Torment is one of my favorites that you've put out.
Yeah.
This is such a cool cover. I love that cover.
I like the two Spider-Man covers where it was one was the normal suit, one was the symbiote,
Yeah.
and then the other one rising from the grave, the resurrection story one. I like that one too.
Yes. Spider-Man covers go hard.
Mhm.
So the comics that I have some singular comics, and then I have some novels as well, or graphic novels as well. But some of these, I have not read all of these, but I do like collecting them. And Donovan and I go to the same comic shop for the most part, and this is where I found most of these. So this is the Grim Knight. It's not Thomas Wayne, I don't think, but it's the origin of the most dangerous Dark Knight of all! Exclamation point. He's got guns on it. So that's sick. Oh, Ricochet. If you know, you know.
Oh,
This is one of the aliases of Peter Parker after something happened. I don't remember what happened.
I think his identity. I don't think his identity got leaked, but I think it had to deal with his identity or the fact that he was Spider-Man. And he had 4 different aliases. Ricochet was just one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Ricochet in all black suit, not a symbiote. It was just kind of like Black Noir in the comics.
Yeah.
There was that orange suit, and then it was the Firefly suit.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I need to read those. Those are cool.
Yeah.
These two are not big. The only reason I got these comics, I don't even know if they're any good. I just like the cover. I like the art style of the cover, but the cover is always different from the actual pages of the comic sometimes. But these I haven't opened either. DC Trinity. I got 1, 2, and 3. I just like the idea of the DC Trinity, which we talked about earlier. And it's just it's so bright. I need to turn the brightness down. See if that works. That's a little better. Yeah. So there's that one. Those 3. These, I also like the art style. This is some Ant-Man comics here. I've only got the first 2 though. And it's got I don't know this guy's name, but it's a bunch of bugs that turns into a human.
I noticed Zebwell was on the cover of them.
Yeah. Is he the Amazing Spider-Man writer that knows?
I think Zebwell's the guy who invented Paul.
Oh, not Paul. Frick. Why would I
think
do
it's that
this?
guy, yeah.
Mm-mm. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I had Superboy as part of this.
Yeah.
But this is the reign of the Superman comics. So you have the Cyborg Superman, then you had Steel, Man of Steel, and then the Action Comics Superman with the yellow goggles. I don't remember which one was the real Superman, but it was one of those. This one I haven't read, but it's just an Adventures of Superman comic.
I like how we have a stark contrast. You have more DC, I got more Marvel.
Oh yeah, we're getting there though. It's got a Marvel team up where it has Frogman and Speed Demon, Spider-Man and Human Torch, the big team up. I got an Avengers comic here. I haven't read this one. I don't really care about that one. I got these as a gift here. These current Miles Morales Spider-Man 4 and 6, I believe. Yeah, 4 and 6. I have a Spider-Man Far From Home Prelude comic. It's not compared to Donovan, it's not. Okay, so then I got these singular intergalactic Empire of Wakanda comics before I found out about Ta-Nehisi Coates, and but I have a Spider-Ham comic. I think he goes into. I have one Spider-Man comic. Then there's an Amazing Spider-Man issue 195. A lot happens, as you can tell. There's all kinds of drama going on that's about to happen.
Nice.
The cover was ripped off of this one, but it's a Prowler comic, and
That's messed up.
Yeah, I know. I was as a young lad, I did not care about the well-being of my comics. These are old comics, the ones that are not in protected things, but a Falcon and Winter Soldier comic. I like the art style of this. Let me see if I can find a good panel of the art style.
I forgot I got 2 old school Transformers comics during the IDW era. I'll showcase them probably on some other time.
Yeah, but there's like some art style there. Looks pretty neat.
Nice.
Let's see. Another Ant-Man and the Wasps. I don't know why I had Ant-Man stuff, but I had quite a few of some of the Ant-Mans. I guess whatever was out that looked interesting to me, I just got.
Yeah.
I have the Sad Sack comic. I like Sad Sack. I love the art style of it. How cartoony it looks. This one is a Captain America comic, which I didn't read, nor did I care to read. I think that's Iceman. This one was
I want that one comic, that Cap comic, where he famously punches Hitler in the face.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's his first issue, in fact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then we have Captain America number 39 and 40. This is another comic I ripped off.
Wait, let me see that.
Yeah, so this is I know. This is 39, this is 40, I know.
That looks like that one buff Captain America art, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, that was really bad. I had some other singular comics. I might have put them underneath. I found this Super Cops. I grabbed it just because it looked ridiculous, and I don't know. It's something similar to what it looked like. Something similar to what I was thinking about for an idea. What I want to make, but I have to fix those later. Well, let me fix something over here. I'm gonna move these right there. This one I have no knowledge of. Captain America Dead Men Running, and it's a 3-part comic series. I have no idea what it's about, but it looks kind of creepy, like a Tim Burton style.
Yeah.
Now these right here, I did not read yet, but I felt like I had to get them. Some Marvel Knights comics, Daredevil, Punisher, looks like Black Widow, and another person. I can't tell who it is, but I got 1 through 6 of them, and they look pretty neat. I'll have to read them sometime. I really need to sit down and just read a comic book.
Yeah.
So these are both Amalgam comics, separate Amalgam comics. So this is Captain America, Superman, Super Soldier. I think this was after Marvel and DC collided with each other, and then they started making that. Amalgam comics are underrated.
I wish we could find the comic of the Wolverine Batman one.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so here's a good one. Spider-Man Blue. I've read all of these
issues, and basically it's just about Spider-Man dealing with the loss of Gwen Stacy and just reminiscing of all the times they had together. So that's basically it. Nothing really special about this book, but it wasn't bad. It just didn't leave a big impact on me, really. Now, if I'm going too slow, please let me know, and then I'll speed it up.
No, you're fine.
Okay, but I've got 8 issues of Sentry. I'm not going to show all of it, but this is Sentry. But that's issue 1, and then the rest are 8 here. I think this, John Romita Jr. Okay, then we have another Marvel Knights. Rest in peace, Aaron.
Yeah.
But we have a Doctor Strange. It's just called Strange, but it kind of looks. I haven't read these yet either. Again, I haven't read all these, but it looks kind of similar to something like in the Doctor Strange movie, almost.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was gonna say, do kind of remind me of like the movie, especially the hospital one.
Yes. So the rest of these right here are the Fantastic Four Civil War issues and just what's been happening there. So I'm glad I found all these. Ultimate Captain America, I got 3 issues of that. I have the protection for these, but they're just not in there right now. I'll put them back. I'll set them right there for right now. I have Ultimates 3, the 5-issue series. So that's the first one. So there's 5 of them, but I have an alternate cover for number 5 right here. They're all like robot skeletons or something. Now, that's all the singular issues. Now I'm going to just speed through these big books here. I have Superman and Batman, Jeff Loeb, and I just like the combo of Batman and Superman. I got Death of Superman and World Without a Superman. Those go together in the collection.
Is that the full Death of Superman story?
Yes, before the Death of Superman actually happens, and there's all like the fighting with Doomsday and all that.
Nice. Then
I got Justice League New 52, and I have Volume 2 of that as well. Flash, I need to read this as well. New 52. This is just a Marvel encyclopedia of all the characters in the X-Men. And my favorite thing was all the art in the back where it showed like all the different stuff they drew and all the covers. This one's cool. It's a zombie rendition of the very first X-Men issue.
I think mine also has like the 90s one, the one with the poster. I think it also has art in the back. I know the big Power Rangers book also has some art in the back as well. Like different covers and like concept art and such.
Nice. Uncanny Avengers. I haven't read this one either. This is like issues 6 through 11.
Mm-hmm.
This is an Avengers. Brian Michael Bendis and John Romita Jr. did this one. And this is a whole crazy story about time travel and Ultron's involved. It's crazy. Then we got a Venom comic here.
Oh, you dang. That's actually one of my favorite covers for Venom.
Yeah, that's such a cool cover. I got Miles Morales. I got Volume 1 and 2. Those are pretty good. I have to reread them. Ultimate Spider-Man, Volume 1. This is a great comic. This is really good. Amazing. Well, I got the Marvel Masterworks of Amazing Fantasy 15, and then Amazing Spider-Man 1 through 10, I think. So I got the full version of Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda. That was okay. It's not that great of a book. Then I got 2 other Black Panthers, Rise of Black Panther and Black Panther Long Live the King. I don't care about these. I might give them away. Batman Court of Owls. I didn't finish it. I think I read the first one. Batman Year One. This is a good book.
Yes.
Very good book.
There was a local library in the town I used to live in, where they had the hardcover version of Batman Year One in the book section for kids. I never got the chance to read it, and I really wanted to.
Yeah.
I'll probably find it and read it on my own time, but that's so cool.
It's a good one, and you can really see how inspired it was, like how the Batman was inspired by this book.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was this.
The suit's also very underrated.
Yeah, it's kind of it's classic almost. There's no utility belt or anything. It's more you can kind of see it in the dark. But yeah, he does have a utility belt. My bad. But yeah, I think it was this book, Long Halloween, and something else I forgot. But those are definitely inspired the movie. The Riddler Batman One Bad Day was the Riddler edition. And it's a hardcover. And I love the coloring. Like everything's like, for example, everything is greenish, like the Riddler, and then sometimes you'd have something that's orange, like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have Ultimate Human. So this is Iron Man versus Hulk, basically, in the Ultimate Universe. I haven't read that yet. I also have Ultimates Volume 1. And I have Volume 2. Donovan was going to get this one, and I took it. Well, I bought it.
Hey, I'm glad at least someone I know has it.
Yeah. Civil War.
Is that the full thing? Or is it just a part? Okay.
No, yeah, it's the whole thing. Yeah, Civil War 1 through 7. And then this is a Fantastic Four Imaginauts, I think this is called. But it's yeah. That's all my comics.
Nice.
Aaron, your turn. No, I'm joking.
I'm not a comic collector. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Very sorry.
I think we might stop the episode here. We're over 2 hours.
We passed it.
Yeah. At least we got to do something for that long. But thanks for watching, y'all. Be sure to leave a like on this video. Be sure to subscribe for other stuff. And be sure to share this with others. And be sure to subscribe to Dynamite and Don's podcast. And also Movie Talk Studios. If you ever get a chance. We're going to get some cool stuff out for you.
See you, bye.
See you, bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.